nothing happens. Best time to take action is now.
This is the time to work on you and your business.
So I've created a group,
An online academy for professionals and entrepreneurs. Power Partners will help you
to start helping yourself.
Helped me change my life and my business.
Not a Toastmasters, it's not a BNI, it's not any of these, but it is. So it's all this stuff in one place.
Get the results that you deserve right now. So what are you waiting for? Let's make it happen.
see you in Power Partners.
My body becomes like a cement. Oh my God.
That was the better one. The song
Okay. Oh my God. It's like magic. Literally like magic.
Good morning. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Coaches Lounge with Barbara Beckley. Yes, I love Fridays because I get to really sit back, have a chat, have a conversation with some wonderful, wonderful guests that I have. Especially, I always call the women queens, especially when I have queens in the house. I have two wonderful queens that are coming on today. Yes, they're royalty. They are royalty. And with the Coaches Lounge, because a lot of people still ask me, well, Barbara, what's this thing about the Coaches Lounge every Friday that you have on under the Diamond Factor Network? And I said, well, I was thinking that I'm always talking to speakers, authors, consultants, but I never really dive in and really get an understanding on what different coaches and what they do and what they bring to the table. Coaches and consultants, I'll put them both together. They're separate because I told people they're two separate, even though a lot of people kind of blend them in a little bit, but there's a difference between a coach and a consultant. And you know what? I think next week, now that I'm putting this in my head, see, I'm already thinking about a teaching moment. Next week, I think I'll get more dive into that. And I do ask my coaches the same thing to say, okay, what do you resonate to? Because a lot of times people get it mixed up. And I wanted to bring this platform so people can understand what coaches do in a person's life, how they change them. It's not just a motivational thing. It's more like a transformational in a person's life. So when a coach comes in your life, and when you're looking for coaches, now this is a side tip, that you really need to understand, you two are going to come together and really understand the relationship, because this is not just a person that's coming in your life real quickly for like maybe 5 or 10 minutes and coming back out. This is the person that's going to walk you through and help you and guide you and give you those little tips and say, oh, that's good, or you should do that, or maybe suggest this through your walk of either in your business, personal life, any kind of whatever coach that you're needing. And don't think that you don't need one. Yes, Oprah Winfrey has coaches. Barbara Walter has coaches. There's a lot of people, the president has coaches. So why don't you think, with all these people that are higher than us, that are doing, celebrities and everything, that ourselves in our own business and our own personal life does not need certain coaches? So that's why I thought this would be very important to bring this show on every Friday and bring in coaches of all different flavors. I said it doesn't, because some people ask me, what kind of coach do you want on the show? Any kind of coach. I want any kind of coach, because I want them to really bring out what they do and really the expertise in what they have. And then I always ask about the backstory, because I always like to know what got them there. But the biggest thing is to really see that what they do for people in their life and how they transform from here to here to here. So with that said, we're going to have the show begin. Now, just to let you know, we got a fun-filled packed show. We first got Mrs. Veronica Jeans. She's been coming on and talk to us for a little bit. And then right after that, we got another queen right behind her, Angela Roth. And I'm telling you, I just can't wait to interview these two ladies. But let's start real quickly so we can get to the talk, right? Here we go. Okay, so the first queen we have up, this lady, Miss Veronica Jeans. She is an oh my God, let's just say business, because she'll correct me, business consultant, a speaker, a Spotify partner, and a best-selling author. So you can tell she's a triple threat, as they say. And she's called the Spotify Queen. So I can't wait. See, this is all I just thought about this. I call the women queens. She's a Spotify queen. It's all just getting into it. So let's bring her up here. She is in the virtual room. There she goes.
I'm so happy to be here. It's wonderful.
Yes, lady. I'm so happy for you to be here too, Miss Spotify Queen.
Shopify.
Oh, Shopify. I am so sorry. You got to correct me this morning.
Everybody has the same problem. They can be on Shopify forever and they still call it the same thing. Spotify.
Spotify. Got you.
Shopify,
well, you know what?
Yes.
Either way, you're wearing your crown well.
I'm
loving what you do. That's what I saw. Always that crown. And thank you for taking to the call for me asking for coaches and consultants to come on the show. So thank you so much for doing that. Now, absolutely. I always start off because it's just a conversation. I know, people do interview thing. I'm like, okay, we're gonna ask questions, but we're gonna have some fun too. Okay. But I always say, Veronica, that we never really start with where we're at. Like, right now you're this wonderful queen, you're a best-selling author, you're a consultant, you do all this stuff. But before all of that, I know there was a reason or something in the world of your life happened to get you to this wonderful road where you're at. So just share a little bit of story with us.
Wow. If we had the whole day, I'll probably share my story because I'm originally from Namibia, Africa, and where I started my life. And I grew up in Namibia, and so I moved several countries, and I ended up in Houston, Texas.
Oh wow!
And also, and I, every country I changed my career because I thought, okay, so what can I do here? So, and so I've collected so many things in my toolbox, and that's got me to where about 12 years ago, I ended up in e-commerce by accident, and I started coaching people, and that's how I started coaching, literally by teaching people how to run their businesses online.
Very much needed. Very much needed. Yes. So first of all, I love how you just jumped in and said, you know what? I'm going to be, I travel here and there. I do certain things and I'm just going to just keep learning and growing and picking up things. And, you kind of just went around the world in a sense, which is, I love that because you keep yourself open. You keep yourself open for different things, the opportunities and growth that comes in your life. So that's so important. Now, I know you said, you work with businesses a lot. So now did you start off with your own before you went to, really wanting to coach, or what did you start off with?
In fact, I've had several. Okay. So I've been from a builder and an architectural designer, which I did in South Africa. I designed multi-million-dollar homes, and to tax consultant in Holland. And here I had one of my businesses was I built up a recruiting company in about 4 years, and it was about $2.5-3 million. And that went away, unfortunately, during the recession in 2008. And everybody, all my guys were told, hey, you come and work for the company or you are out of a job. So that was it. And then I thought, okay, so what am I going to be when I grow up? And I decided, literally, right? So I decided, okay, I need to sell something and I'm going to do something online. And so, I can talk to anybody. So I was talking to the sales guy at the shopping platform, and he says, hey, can you help these customers that we have? And I go, okay. And then he started sending me customers. it's the first time in my life where I didn't have to hustle for business, right? It was awesome. And so that's how I started. And, with all my experiences internationally and wherever I've lived and legally, I've been really involved on the legal and the tax and the banking system. I used to move around thousands of dollars internationally in the banking system because I did taxes and salaries for expats in Holland, where I translated everything from Dutch to English because they couldn't understand, and then told them what their money was doing, and then had to send some money here or wherever they were. So having that experience, and then also having the experience in my own business. I mean, you really have to hustle if you build a business, right? Doesn't matter what you do. I don't care what you sell, whether you're writing, whether you're coaching, whether you're selling little products, you have to hustle.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, definitely. Can you hear me okay? Okay. Yeah, just a little, I think a little internet thing, but I can still hear you. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I think you're back. You froze for a minute. Okay. Yeah. So I'm loving like what you said, Veronica, regarding, well, I know a lot of people say the hustle thing. And I always just tell people, you're working towards your empire. That's how I say it. You're always working towards your empire. So in order to get your empire to a certain way or want it to stay afloat or what have you, you have to work it. Yeah, you have to work it. And no one else is going to really do that for you except for yourself, or if you have people helping. But besides that, it's always going to be you because you believe in your dream, right? I mean, everybody has their own dreams and their own lives, but I always tell people, because I sometimes I sign on people and I'm like, okay, I'm working it towards this. I'm working in this network because I got this network that I'm doing right now. And I'm just working. Then I have other people come under me and they say, okay, Barbara, you can, I'm with you. Yeah. And they are to a certain extent, but they're kind of like, well, I got my own thing too. And I get that. And I say all this because you have your dream in your life, and don't think that everybody's going to be just being gun-ho and helping you 100%, because it's not their dream. And you can't get upset about it, because it's not their dream,
And that's what I say about employees as well. You have employees. You are a sales a salary check to them, right? You are the person that provides them with money where they can pay their mortgage, they can pay their food, they can get their kids to college or whatever they want to do. They are going to leave because this is not their dream. This is your dream, And if you're lucky, if you're very, very lucky, you get that one diamond that is behind you, right? I had one of those when I built my one company. I mean, she was my best friend. She was absolutely amazing. And I could not have done it without her. And so I keep saying to people, you need a team, right? You need somebody in your life that goes, yeah, you're going to do it. And it's not all the time your husband or your wife or your partner, right? Because they go, hey, where's the money? When is the money coming in? You're working so hard. You're working so hard, nothing is happening, right? And, so you just have to stay strong. And the way to stay strong is, and the way I do it is, I surround myself with people in the same, not even the same level, like you can be different levels, but in that same sphere where I'm teaching them and they teaching me, because you can learn from anybody around you.
Yes, definitely. And that's so right, Veronica. I love how you said that. You can learn from, I tell any people, because some people say, well, they don't really understand, even if a person that disagrees with you, whatever, I still learn from that person, because you never know, you might be going down a certain way. They might say something, you might even get upset about it. But then if you sit back and really just take it in and say, you know what, maybe they had some things within all that I got upset about. Maybe I can pull some things even out of that. And then sometimes you can pull some things of what not to do. When you, it's like, I learned from some people, they tell me certain things. Well, I just learned something today. They say, oh, you did for me. I say, yeah, something I'm not going to do.
Exactly. Yes. I mean, I have, e-commerce is like, it's a very lonely world, especially if you're a solopreneur and you don't have a team around you, you don't have anybody to talk to, because most of them are just starting out. And even if they're just starting out, they have a team around them. They in their team, there's nobody for them to actually talk about the business. There's like, you need to do that, you need to do the other. And that's why I agree with you. You said that people need a coach, right?
Yes.
And you need somebody that is going to help you to understand, or just to, as a sounding board, right? And where you go, blah, 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 and they don't have to even answer. You just have to talk, and then your brain in itself gets sorted out, right? And that's how they can help you. You don't really need that much input, because believe me, I mean, when I'm coaching e-commerce, and some of them are just like, I've been in this for 6 years and nothing is helping, and I've done this and this and this, and I go, oh Lordy, you've been all over the place. But let's get a plan together, and you got to have that. Come on, let's go. Yeah, one more time. Yeah. And that's all. It's really,
Rile
really
them up,
right.
get them all excited and say, yes, you can do this. You can do it. I love your energy. But, I'm loving what you're saying, like you said, Veronica, that, we both agree that everybody needs a coach.
Yes.
And when you see things, well, no, I'm not saying the listening part. That's what I want to get back to, what you said about really listening and what they say. Sometimes they resolve or figure out their own, challenges when they're just talking to you, or when you ask them certain questions. It's like there's certain questions that you put out, and they're like, I never thought of. You know how some people say, I never thought of it that way. Let me, you know what, Veronica?
Yes.
And then they think that you're just like the magic person, like the queen. And in the back of your mind, you're saying to yourself, well, I just asked a question. You gotta came up with
I know, right? But and here's the difficult thing is, you think, man, you know so much. I know so much. Wow, that's amazing. I'm teaching people. But when it comes to myself, so I'm a lecturer as well right now. I lecture at a Polish university virtually, and I've got the digital marketing and SEO, and I absolutely love pinging with these kids, But it's like and I keep saying to them, when I show them stuff online, I go, okay, remember, I'm showing you stuff. It doesn't mean that I've done them. Don't do as I do as I tell you, right?
That reminds me of what I heard when I was younger.
Yeah, I know, right? You don't do what I do. But because we tend to not have as much time, because if you're a coach, you're in a support situation, and I can be online. I'm like, Saturday, oh my Lord, did somebody help needs me? It's like, you texting the whole time. My husband says, what do you do? Oh no, I'm chatting to my daughter-in-law. Everything's forgiven. But in the meantime, I'm like, okay, Eric, don't worry about it. You're okay. You're going to be wonderful. And my husband says, yeah, I know what you're doing, baby. I can read your face.
He's like, I've been there. I know that. I know it. That's funny. I love that.
Yeah.
See, it's nice to have that relationship. Like you said, again, another aspect of being that coach or that consultant, just having fun too. I always tell people, it's not to be just so much of you grinding people saying, you gotta do this. Yeah, you gotta do this. Da, 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 da. Have fun with, with your clients, because that gets them loose too. That makes them feel comfortable in that relationship building with you.
So this is what happened. And I keep hopping on this one, my newest client, but he went away for a weekend, and we didn't get to meet that week. They went on a bike rally or something, and I was reading something on the Sunday, and in a romance novel of all things. It was like a I keep telling my husband it's a romance novel where they get shooting people. But anyway, but it's like mayhem and terrorists and all this stuff. But there was this one paragraph which I thought was brilliant for him. because it talked about how to hang in there and just, continue what you're doing and be consistent. And I thought, that's amazing. So I just copied the whole paragraph and I texted him. And you know what happened? He was in an accident, him and his wife.
Oh, wow.
And they were just finishing with whatever they had to do with his car, went into their bike and everything. He said that my text popped in, and he said that it was like serendipity, that it just made so much to him because I sent it to him, and it was amazing, right? So sometimes you have to be there for your people, right? Even in the middle of the night. But anyways, I have a time where I can't talk to anybody, but you just have to be there for people, and then that's what they appreciate, and then they will come back to you over and over again. And that's what I love doing, is showing people how to move forward in their businesses.
Yes. Now with the e-commerce, because I said that wrong the first time, so I make sure I said it right this time. The e-commerce business consultant, which is very intriguing to me, because I feel like everybody needs either a consultant or coach in this area of their business, because a lot of things, like you said, Veronica, is online. I mean, everything. I mean, and now, I mean, even before the pandemic, I tell people, people keep saying, well, with the pandemic, I say, you know what? This was going on before the pandemic. This just didn't start.
I know, right? I mean, and if you're not on, 10 years ago, I would say to people, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, if you're not online, you're not a business, right?
Ooh, yeah,
isn't that right? Because even if you have a website that's a brochure that says, hey, here I am, this is what I do. If you are a person that's looking for a job, you should have a portfolio online, right?
Yes.
I mean, I was telling these students, if you want to shine in social media, you have to be on social media, right? You got to be what you want to be, and that you got to show it online, not just on LinkedIn or everywhere else, but have your own place where people can go on and go, wow, this person is amazing, right?
Yeah, or get some credibility or understand what you do.
Right. Yes, I know, right? Yeah, those resumes that you used to get in paper form don't work anymore.
No, in fact, people beat you to the punch if they're going to interview you or if they want to work with you. I mean, I had so many people say, I would start telling them about me. They say, oh, that's okay, Barbara. I looked at you on LinkedIn already. Or that's okay, I already found you on Facebook. I'm like, okay.
Yes.
Forget the resume part.
You got to remember, whatever's online, baby, is not staying in Vegas. So
it's the opposite of that, right?
The opposite, yeah. So what's online stays online, right? So I had many years ago when I had my recruiting company, and so used to get a job on monster.com. LinkedIn just started and was like a new platform, and we had this position, and we were doing some research on this guy, and you don't want to know what we found, baby.
Oh, see, that's why.
Seriously. Yeah. I mean,
that's why I tell people you got to be careful on what you're, because like you said, people can find it.
And also, I mean, even political or just your, things you want to get off your chest, don't do it. Because especially if you have a business, or if you are online, if you have a business, you have to be online. I mean, that's the bottom line. But you cannot get political online. You just cannot be, say things that are going to go against you, because, people are horrible online these days.
Yeah, it's sad too. It's really sad. So you got to be careful even with that. Even if you really believe. Now, I always tell people, if you just want that, be that activist speaker, and you believe in it, and you're just like, wholehearted, then that's your life. Then it's okay to go out there and say what you're going to say, because that's what you do. That's your purpose. But when you're in business, even if you have to be careful in that area of how you present yourself.
Absolutely. You got to protect yourself as well.
Yeah, you really do. Yeah. So see, I can talk to you forever. This has been a wonderful conversation, and I'm loving it. We just, I feel like we knew each other for a while, but we just met. We just really met. So I tell people, when you find those people in your life that just comes and you feel real comfortable, you need to keep in contact with them. So what I want to do, Veronica, is I'm going to take myself down for like 30 seconds. And I want you just to give any last, just tips or anything that you want to say. And then I'll come back and then make sure that they know where to contact you. Okay, so I'll be right back.
Okay, so the one thing that you need to do if you're going to be in e-commerce or in business, just do it, right? Don't even think about, well, I need to get this done or this done. Just start, because once you've started, you're going to learn new things all the time. So get online, get it done, and start your business. That's my tip for today.
Get it done. That's what I'm talking about. That's the easiest and fastest tip that you can give to a person. That's so important. You know how I say less is more?
Yes.
Less is more. Sometimes you just got to just get it done. Get the person that's going to help you get it done, and just keep it going. You're right. Because so that means
it's never going to be perfect, right? You are always going to go back and go, oh, I just did that. Oh, I just misspelled that one word. No, just do it, right? I started writing, and the first book was, oh my Lord, but but I've now written my fourth book, and my husband says, you know what, it's like night and day, because you're learning all the time as you're and I this is one thing I told my students is, you are teaching your brain, your muscles on how to think. The more you do stuff, doesn't matter if it's in business or writing or whatever you're doing, you're training that brain. I mean, I was watching golf. These guys are not pros because they go, oh, I just want to be perfect. No, they practice every single day, right?
I love how you said you're exercising your brain, your mind every time you take on. That is awesome. That's just like wisdom, just super in and just giving it to us. You're so right. And people be, sometimes we sometimes like, oh, I got to learn this, or oh, now I got to get this under my belt or whatever. And don't you know, like you said, this is like powerful stuff that's, massaging your brain to say, okay, let's get some more things going.
You got to keep on learning. My mom's 85 and plus a little bit plus, and she has her own business. She's a tax consultant in Namibia to small businesses. And she said to me the other day, you know what, I'm thinking that maybe I'll give up some of my clients because, I want to have a little siesta in the afternoon. And I go, you deserve it. I want to go and have a little coffee. I don't want to work all the time. But there she is, exercising her brain at 85 and wrestling with numbers, right? So, I mean, isn't that amazing? You should never, ever stop.
Yes. That is just amazing, Veronica. See, that's what I'm saying. Because she knows the secret. The secret is to keep, like you said, keep it going. And I think that will help people. I mean, not to get into the health part real quickly, but with, when people start getting older and they might get, what's the name of it when you Alzheimer's disease.
Yeah.
I think that by doing that can help kind of move that away from you.
I think so.
Yeah.
She is. I come from a very strong woman. My granny had a business in Johannesburg, and then she had 2 boutiques. She used to make clothes. She used to make hats. She used to bake. I mean, she was just amazing. And so my mom worked in the banking industry, but my granny stopped. Right? Mm-hmm. She just stopped. And there's a lot of people when they retire, they just stop because there's no more learning or thinking or planning or, or communicating is a huge thing in keeping your brain strong. And I think that one of the things my mom was obviously worried about is that she would become my granny, right? My granny started losing her mind. I mean, the last time I saw my granny, she said, she didn't remember me, only in snatches. You know how they become like, who are you? Are you married? You know, who are you? And
Yes.
then, oh, my darling, I remember you. You know, so my mom is determined to not be my granny and exercising that brain matter all the time. And I think it's so, and learning a new what do you call it? Anything new, right? Play guitar, write a book.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes. And it
anything.
helps. It helps.
Yes.
So, but Veronica, we have to bring you back because I just see that we just need to talk for more information. So I appreciate you today, lady. We did just to make sure people, please reach out to Veronica Jean. You see how she has so much information she can help you, especially with your business online. And like I said, we'll talk, lady, so we can bring you back. Okay,
Fabulous. Thank you so much for having me on. I've had so much fun. I think my husband can come back in again. I'm on a boat, you know.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, we'll definitely talk soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Bye.
Raise your hand if you've ever been busy. Raise your hand if you've ever got tired and feel like you just need a couple days off. Most people would have both hands up right now. That's our world, fast-paced and income-driven. That's why we get caught up in our own lives so often, and that's why it's understandable when most people don't focus on worries that aren't their own. So what makes someone become a humanitarian? Someone whose whole life focuses on the welfare of other humans.
When you go back and you see kids that were living on the streets, kids had no structure, they had no routine, people who had nothing, they didn't have meals. When you see that they're all of a sudden they're waking up, they have structure, they have something to do, they have a meal in their belly, their life changes completely. They like I said, their self-esteem changes, their self-worth, their ability to know who they are in the world and what they have the potential of becoming, you know, to give that hope, to give that dream, and then to watch people actually use that to do good for themselves and others it's amazing. It becomes an addiction.
And with Serena's help, we'll find the meaning of life to a humanitarian.
Okay, we are back. Thank you, Miss Veronica Jean, for your presence today and really giving us some information about e-commerce, business consulting, and coaching. You see, she has a plethora of information. Please reach out to her, and I also have that on my caption when it's posting. I mean, it's posting right now, the show, but I'll make sure that you have her information. Now, let's get straight to our next queen. I know she's been waiting, and I want to make sure we get some information from her as well. And I appreciate her so much, Angela Roth. We're going to bring her on. She is another queen that she helps coaches change their heart message into their voice of authority, providing speaking opportunities so they are recognized as an expert in their field. And I have to say, I was on her platform and she let me, that was a wonderful opportunity I had with her. And she preferred name CEO Success from the Start. And I love that. And we're going to bring her on right now. Let me just get her from the virtual green room. There she is.
Hello.
For me. Thank you so much, lady. How are we doing this morning?
No, I'm doing well, thank you. Yeah, in fact, it's a lovely afternoon here.
So. Oh yeah, because I know you're in a whole nother country. Oh my God.
yeah, over in the UK here. So
you're in the UK. Wonderful. So first of all, let me thank you so much. We know each other from two different areas. First from the wonderful Holly, who coaches us in the first speaking part. We met each other there. and online speaking coaching that we get from Holly. So give a shout out to her. And
Definitely.
then you had this wonderful, wonderful event for entrepreneur coaches and speakers that you basically said, Barbara, would you want to be a part of this? And I'm like, why not? This is a good opportunity. I must be crazy if I don't do this, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I want to talk a little bit because of time. I know for you is first, I always like to get a little backstory of how did you just get into this, and then give more detail about what you do for the coaches.
So really, I sort of came into the coaching world through the weight loss industry. And, I'm passionate about that. I love to help people to really get on top of emotional eating and, help them to live in a healthy way. But that's a really quite difficult world. So if you're coaching in that health space, it is really it's a tough one because people need to want to change. And we all want to change, but sometimes the actual change process can be really tough. So it needs a lot of gentle one-to-one work. And I began to realize I was limiting myself. I wasn't reaching as many people as I wanted to. And I began to realize also that the people who were coming towards me were coaches who were really struggling. They had, in places that I had been also where they were trying to find leads. They didn't know what their message was. They didn't have their audience and that sort of thing. And I began to realize that they were reaching out to me for help. And I was getting a lot more requests for that kind of help than from people who wanted to lose weight. So it just kind of came about by me, social media posts and stuff like that. People started coming towards me, and that was really exciting. And I began to realize actually what my passion is to help other people get their voice out there and to really, really hone in on what their message actually is. What are they so passionate about that even if they were in the middle of a full-on storm, they would still stand strong in that message and they would still want to help anybody that they could. And once they realize what that is, and that becomes their power, their voice of authority, as I call it, it's amazing. People just come towards them. So now you don't have to sell your services because actually it's like giving a gift. It's like just talking about it becomes, well, I want more. I want to know more. So they're coming towards you, and the change in how you feel then about kind of, offering your service to people is just massive.
Yes. I love, Angela, how you sometimes you find your purpose in all different ways in life. And you started off somewhere with the weight loss saying, okay, I want to help people with that. Come to find out, well, maybe this is not, it's not really working like it maybe should, or what you wanted, what you thought. And then now you get into people. Now all of a sudden you're getting your clients that you didn't even think about that was your clients to say, hey, I need help in coaching. I need help in this and speak. And I need a platform. I need something. And you just was like, wait, this kind of connects with me. So I'm loving how you had an open mind and an open ears. And I always tell people to always have that no matter what, because you never know where you're going to be switching or guiding yourself in your destination. So proud of you in that, because you're doing such a wonderful job. I'm still excited when, you brought me on the platform that you have, because you're helping, just to let you know, you're helping so many people.
Yeah. It's a wonderful feeling, and it's wonderful to see, the different people that are out there and the way that their message can work. So, I work on a collaborative basis on disruptively marketing by calling those people out who actually haven't really got something to sell. They're selling from a point of view of making a profit rather than from the heart-centered, I want to change lives. And of course, we all need to earn a living. We need to be paid for what we do. But for me, the core thing has to be, whose life do you want to change? Where are you going to take them to? That's so much more important.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that. That is just like a learning experience for everybody to understand that. I know everybody, I know the income needs to be there. We get it. We're not crazy. I always tell people that. But if you're heart-centered and you really out there just like, I just want to help people, it will come. But like you said, if that's your first priority is being heart-centered, and that's really important, really important. So Angela, just real quickly, I want to ask you, because I know you have this platform and I know you help, giving people opportunity. Can you kind of just walk us through how you do that?
Yeah, so basically it's a collaborative platform where I bring people into our community who have got a message to share. And then we talk through, I really work through with them, well, what is your message? What's your audience? Whose lives have you touched already? Who could you work with? Who would you like to work with? Who wouldn't you like to work with? You know, there might be something that you couldn't work with somebody. And so by hearing all of that and really understanding each of the different coaches in there, then I bring them together with 3 other coaches. So we run collaborative events with 4 coaches. And the common factor for the coaches is that they share the same audience. They're looking for the same audience. But that they've got a different message to share to that audience, so that we're not in competition with each other. It's complementary. And so during that session that we run a first session, which is it's almost like a free session to showcase what you do. And it's all about telling your story and explaining where you take your clients from and to. And the beautiful thing about it is that during that event, each of the coaches raises the other coach up and offers each other to the audience and says, look, I really value working with this person. I'm so enjoying getting to know them. I've learned this much from them. And now I would love to invite you to learn this from them too. And that's where we start. We also start with practicing what we do. So the coaches get a chance to actually offer free events within our community, our membership community, where the other members come, they give feedback, they give testimonials, they'll do video testimonials for them, so that when they go out into our free community where they can offer their first paid event, they can actually go out there with that kind of credibility in themselves, their belief in themselves, because they know that people have already commented and really enjoyed their stuff. And then in between, they hone it, they refine it, they take it out to a paid audience, and they do the same thing again. They draw information from the audience and they build that program. And then we move on to sort of going out to a wider audience, a cold audience, if you like, except for the fact that because we market collaboratively, all of us have got somebody that we can invite personally to those events. So we're populating the events with people who are already warm towards those, the people who are speaking. And it's just so rewarding to know that in that audience, you've got people who have been personally recommended to come along. And that for me, it's just wonderful watching the speakers, the coaches, and that really come into their own. We do a lot of interviewing. We do a lot of putting those interviews out across the social media platforms as well. And the coaches themselves are learning so much. They have opportunities to practice within the community. And the wonderful thing, again, I have to say this, before Christmas, when I was running a business that I thought I should carry on, because it was a good message, but it just wasn't what my heart message was, I had 1 client. I've now touched 50 clients yesterday by changing and talking about my heart message.
I didn't even know I was on mute. I was saying, OMG, that is amazing. Then I was like, I'm on mute. I can't be on mute not to say that. Angela, that's great. To touch, so many people like that compared to, like you said, just the 1. Yeah, I know you're like, this is heaven.
I know. I mean, it's just, and the thing is, I'm not selling. I am not selling. I don't go out looking for people to sell to. They'll resonate with the message. Because the other thing that I work on clients with, and I know you'll be really good at this on the social media side of it, it's that. So, okay, it's not about completely flooding the network with posts. Mm-hmm. These people that say, oh, just schedule, motivational quotes in, and you'll get them sort of flooding, and they're all the quotes that everybody posts. Yeah. And they don't tell anybody who you are.
Thank you. Oh, please say that again, because that's just so important. That's just one. Oh, you just hit me. Yeah, that's a pet peeve of mine, really, to be honest with you. I even push people to say, get your own quotes. Yeah. You're like, right now, I mean, if I give you this clip right now for this, you can pull out at least 5 or 6 quotes that you talked about with what you just said. So much wisdom. And that could be Angela's quotes. And I tell people, we have them. They just don't realize that, when you're speaking, it's there. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny that you say that, because when our youngest son was little and now, he would just come out of these pearls of wisdom. And the sort of things little children say, but he's a philosopher now. He's studying philosophy. And even at the age of like 2, 3, 4, 5, he was a philosopher at heart. And sometimes I would write things down, and other times, you'd be in the car or something like that, and he'd come out with a corker, and you just think, wow, why am I going to write this down? So now he still does it. And so I'll say to him, Benjamin, message me with what you've just said, and then I'll create a post around it, because it's just him, and he's just got these pearls of wisdom. And we need to do that when we, like you say, when we think of something, when we say something and we're talking to somebody and we just think, where did that come from? And it's come out of your mouth. Just get that piece of paper, write it down, have a notebook by your bed.
Yes.
Because what people need is to know the essence of who you are.
Yes.
And once they know that, and once they know the transformations that's happened in your life, and just little things can be the big thing for them. It might be a little step for you, but it could be the biggest step they've ever taken when they read that. And then they want to connect with you, because it's like, how does she know that I feel like that?
That connection starts to bring the relationship started, because like, oh, I didn't know Angela knew that. Oh my God, I got to reach out to her. We need to talk. So that starts that. And I love how, just going back to what you do, is you want to basically recognize that, help people recognize their expertise in their field. So like we're talking about with the quotes, I know some people might say, well, that's kind of, I said, no, that adds to your expertise.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes,
definitely. I mean, we're all experts in what we've experienced. Nobody's experienced it like we have. Other people may have been through similar things, but they'll never have been through exactly the same thing as we did at that stage in life, with that relationship with that person, based on our experiences before. But all of those things will touch somebody else's life.
Yes, it will. Well, Angela, I know with our timing, I want to make sure that I want to say this already. It's like I told Veronica, I would love to bring you back on the Coaches Lounge, because you just have so many. You're talking about pearls of wisdom and guidance. You have that, and I would like to bring you back. We need to schedule another time. But before I let you go, I want to just, like I said, I want to take myself down. Just 30 seconds. Give some lasting thoughts for everybody, and then we'll be back up, and we'll just make sure that they can get in contact with you. So I'll be right back.
Fantastic. All right. Thank you. If you're listening to this today and you just don't know who you're serving, and you want to serve people, and you've got a real heart message, you've got something that you really want to share with the world, and you can change lives, then I would love to be in contact with you, because I love nothing more than helping people to change that heart message into their voice of authority, so that you stand head and shoulders above your competition, and so that you're actually considered as an expert in your field. I love putting people on the stage. I love getting you out there. I love telling people about you, because you know what? Too much has happened in your life to keep quiet about it. So don't stay hidden, because you can be found. And with Succeed from the Start, that's what it's about. It's about letting you be found, even from day one.
Ooh, that is powerful. Thank you, Angela. Like you said, your stories, what you have out there, what you just told them, is so important for the world. So please reach out to this woman, this queen from Queen that I met, and I really just honor. And you see, she's helping so many people to, get yourself out there. And Angela, again, I appreciate you so much being on the Coaches Lounge today. And like I said, this is not it. This is not a one-time stop.
No, it's lovely to talk to you.
Yes, we need to talk. So with that said, we will see you soon. You take care. And please just keep helping the universe prosper in what you do in your life. Appreciate
you. No, thank you. And you too, Barbara.
Bye. Wow. I just have to, I always do my lasting thoughts before I sign off, but I just have to say, I need to thank the world and the universe for sending me women and men that are just so amazing and that are helping people in their lives. We all remember we can't do it alone, even if you think you can. I know a lot of us think, I know I thought that I can do it. And you know what? It didn't work. You know, somebody told me a long time, well, how's that working for you, Barbara? It wasn't working for me. I know I needed the help. And it doesn't make you any less by reaching out to coaches and consultants to build, like I said earlier when I was with Veronica, to build your empire. Why not put everything you can in the gifts and the talents that you bring in your life to make it work so others can profit and help from what you do? So I stopped all that. I can do it alone. I just need me. Stop all that. I'm just saying it. I'm just suggesting that. I can't tell you what to do. Somebody told me a long time ago, Barbara, you tell me what to do. Okay. I'm not telling you. I'm suggesting. Okay. We'll make that clear. But it's so enriching when you can have people helping you to get to that next level. It's all about getting to that next level in life. And if you need a Veronica or Angela or even me, you know, because we're all coaches in different areas, get one. I know some people have a coach, spiritual coach, business coach, physical coach, mindset coach, and the list goes on. And they're out there to support and help you. So with that said, I'll be continuing in this like this. So like I said, so excited on Fridays to have the coaching lounge. If you are a coach or a consultant and you want to come and get spotlighted on the show, please reach out to me if you know anybody, because I am want and willing for you to be on the show so you can help people understand, first of all, what you do, why you do it, and how you can help others, because that's what it's all about. When you really think about it in the world, we need to do more of that and less of these little separate things going on. If we come together, we can build the possibilities. But if we keep separate, it just takes that little just more and more time to do that. And you know what? Time is of the essence. So why waste it? And you can get the help to get you to that level in your empire. So with that said, I will see everybody next Friday. Yes. Friday, same time, same time, same station. And we will be bringing some other coaches on so you can get to know them and I'll get to conversate with them. Be your best. And remember, whatever you do, light up the world with what you do and your gifts and talents, because it is so important that people understand who you are, because not so much just they get to know you, but they can grow in what you have for them so we can all grow together. With that said, I'll see you next Friday.